Boom! Something massive just exploded at Iran's largest gas field. This is Asaluya, southern Iran, the processing hub for the South Pars gas field, the biggest natural gas reserve on planet Earth. And today, Israel blew up the largest petrochemical plant in the entire country. Israel's defense minister confirmed it himself on video just hours ago. We just carried out a powerful strike on Iran's largest petrochemical facility located in Asaluya, a central target responsible for about 50% of the country's petrochemical production. 50% gone in one strike. And that is just today. Stay with me because by the end of this video, you will understand exactly what this explosion means for Iran, for the world, and for the price of energy in your country. To understand why this explosion matters, you need to understand what South Pars actually is, because most people have never heard of it, and yet it controls the energy destiny of two countries and touches the economy of every nation on Earth. South Pars is located in the Persian Gulf, 62 miles off the coast of southern Iran, near the town of Asaluya. Underneath this stretch of water lies the single largest concentration of natural gas on the planet. The entire field shared between Iran and Qatar contains 1,800 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. 1,800 trillion cubic feet. Let me put that number in perspective for you. That is enough natural gas to supply the energy needs of the entire world. Every country, every person, every factory, every power grid on the planet for 13 years. Non-stop. 13 years of world energy in one field. On the Iranian side, this field is called South Pars. It produces somewhere between 70 and 80% of all the natural gas Iran uses domestically, not exports. Domestic, the gas that heats 93 million Iranians' homes, the gas that powers Iran's electricity grid, the gas that fuels the factories, the hospitals, the military facilities, everything. On the Qatar side, called the North Dome, this same field produces nearly all of Qatar's gas, making Qatar the world's second largest exporter of liquefied natural gas. About 1/5 of all the LNG traded globally comes from Qatar's side of this one field. Germany's heating, Japan's electricity, Italy's gas, all connected to South Pars. Today's explosion is not the beginning of this story. It is the third and most devastating strike in a systematic three-phase campaign to destroy Iran's economy. Phase 1, March 7th, Israel hit fuel storage sites and energy depots in Tehran and Karaj, petrol shortages in neighborhoods. The opening strike, a warning. Phase 2, March 18th, Israel struck the South Pars gas field directly, the first time anyone had ever targeted this field in active combat. That single strike damaged 12% of Iran's total gas production. Oil prices jumped $5 a barrel in hours. Iran retaliated by hitting Qatar's Ras Laffan LNG facility, causing extensive damage. Phase 3, April 4th and April 6th. Israel hit the Mashar petrochemical complex on Saturday. Then today, Monday, April 6th, the largest petrochemical facility in Iran, the one responsible for 50% of the entire country's petrochemical production. Combined with Saturday's strike, Israel's defense minister announced the result. The two sites, which together are responsible for about 85% of Iran's petrochemical exports, have been taken out of use and are not functioning. This is a severe economic blow, amounting to tens of billions of dollars to the Iranian regime. 85% of petrochemical exports non-functioning in 72 hours, tens of billions of dollars. Dagan. But the petrochemical export loss, as devastating as it is only one part of what Iran loses when South Pars is damaged, because South Pars doesn't just make Iran money, it keeps Iran alive. 70 to 80% of Iran's domestic gas comes from this field. Natural gas in Iran is not a luxury product. It powers the electricity grid for 93 million people. It heats homes when temperatures drop below freezing in northern Iran, which happens every winter. It fuels the factories, the hospitals, the water treatment plants. Before the war even started, Iran had already been suffering gas shortages because South Pars, despite being the world's largest field, was being extracted faster than new phases could be developed due to decades of sanctions preventing proper investment. The field's pressure has been declining by 7 atmospheres per year. Production was already expected to drop 30% over the next decade. Now, Israel has hit the processing facilities that handle what little production remains. The field can produce gas all day long, but if the processing plants in Asalieh are not functioning, that gas cannot be turned into usable fuel and sent to the grid. Israel didn't bomb a gas well. It bombed the kitchen. No kitchen means no dinner, no matter how full the fridge is. And here is what gets worse, because South Pars is not just Iran's energy lifeline. It is also the primary funding mechanism for the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Petrochemical revenues, the revenues Israel just eliminated, 85% of fund the missiles, the drones, the proxy militias, the nuclear program. Israel's defense minister said it clearly. The petrochemical industry is a major source of finances for the IRGC and for Iran's military industry. Now here is the part I promised you at the beginning, the part that connects this explosion in southern Iran directly to your gas station, your grocery store, and your heating bill. When the first South Pars attack happened on March 18th, Brent crude oil jumped $5 per barrel in a single trading day. Gas prices in Europe rose 7% overnight. That was one strike on one part of the field. Today's strike is larger. The largest petrochemical facility in Iran is no longer functioning. Oil is already trading at $109 to $114 per barrel this morning. Before this war started on February 28th, just 38 days ago, oil was $71 per barrel. That is a 65% increase in 38 days. And that is before tonight, because tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time is what President Trump called Power Plant Day. The deadline he set for Iran to open the Strait of Hormuz or face strikes on its power plants and bridges. If that happens, if the power plants that South Pars feeds go dark, analysts say oil could push past $150 per barrel. That is not a war story. That is a gas station story. That is a grocery bill story. That is a home heating story. Iran responded immediately. Missiles hit the northern Israeli city of Haifa. 4 people from one family were found dead in the rubble of a residential building. Kuwait, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia all activated air defenses as Iranian drones and missiles crossed the Gulf again. Haifa, 4 dead. From one family plus Gulf Air Defense's PBSAP, Iran's military command issued a statement warning that, quote, if attacks on civilian targets are repeated, the next stages of our offensive and retaliatory operations will be much more devastating and widespread. Meanwhile, Egypt, Pakistan, and Turkey put a 45-day ceasefire proposal on the table. Iran rejected it. Iran's envoy said, "We only accept an end to the war with guarantees that we won't be attacked again." Not a pause, an end. Full guarantees. Sanctions lifted. War damages paid. Trump's response at a press conference this afternoon? It's not good enough, but it's a very significant step. And when a reporter asked Trump directly, "Are you winding down this war or escalating it?" his answer was, "I don't know. It depends what they do." The price of oil jumped $2 in 90 seconds when he said that. Israel just took out 85% of Iran's petrochemical exports in 72 hours. The largest gas field on Earth is damaged. Oil is at $114. And tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, Trump's power plant deadline arrives. In the next video, what happens tonight? What gets hit? What Iran has specifically threatened in response? And what $150 oil actually means for the American economy? Subscribe now. That video drops tonight or first thing tomorrow. I'll see you in the next one. You in